He probably said I'm a good example of using the move. It's because I use the move better than anybody else with Lee. That's why. Like, I'm really good at using that move. So that's probably why he said for you to check me out. But, yeah, I'll just show you right now. Alright. But shout outs to him for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate him saying that. Let me see. Okay, the 1+2, right? Alright, 1+2. If you block it, right? It's only +2, right? You see? 1+2? You see it's only +2, right? So this is what you can do to it. It's 21 frames, right? Meaning you could count it, you could do like basically any button. It's pretty risky to do because of that, right? But look, you see how I did that? See, sidewalked it. Blocked it, interrupt. Blocked it, armor. Block it, heat. Block it, sidewalk. Alright, now I'm gonna do jabs to try to stop, right? Oops. Say, now watch, look. Trades. Armor. Heat. Sidewalk. This Lee got bad side step, so anybody else can step it. You can step it still. You see, yeah, you can step it still. You can still step it. So you can just sidewalk it. Lee's side step is not that good, so he'll get hit by the jabs, but anybody else can step it. You see that too, right? You saw that the second hit miss? You see that, right? Look what I just did there. Look. You see that? Now it becomes +7 on hit because the second hit misses. See that? So Lee loses his turn. So you could either do that, or you could just sidestep and get hit. And then he's at -7. See that? So it's alright, but like when Lee hits you, when you block this move, Lee has to guess a lot. So if I'm fighting somebody that's constantly doing fucking armor and all types of shit, like it's kind of hard. I have to make hard reads after this. Like if I'm fighting somebody, like, you know what I'm saying? See that? See, no. They could duck too, obviously. Or if you got a punch parry. That's another issue with Lee, and one of Lee's issues in this game is for him to be more plus, he has to go into Hitman, right? And one of the issues with that is that the fastest moves he has in Hitman is a 12 frame jab and a 15 frame 1+2, right? So that means he's very vulnerable to punch parries because of that. See that? Very vulnerable to punch parries. That stops his offense completely. And that's the fastest stuff he has. So even with running 3-4, if Lee does running 3-4, see, I got punch parry. See? You can armor it too. How does he stop? Sidestep out of that move? If you in Hitman, bro, this is rough. If you in Hitman, right, and you want to stop step, you got that. But that shit is rough because somebody could sidestep and duck. So he really don't got nothing to stop you from stepping. Because then if I do Hitman 4, like, yeah, it could stop you from stepping, but somebody could just sidestep and duck. So he gets option select a lot. You can sidestep duck, sidestep left, duck. So honestly, 1+2 is better just to do it and then dip. Just 1+2 and get out of the way. Yeah, you gotta just 1+2 and dip. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I don't need to watch the whole shit because. But I don't think it. I think what he means, which is kind of silly, because every character has this, right? The only way 1+2 makes it difficult to work around his other parts of his shit is because it's a homing move mid, right? And everyone just sidesteps and ducks against Lee, right? So that's probably what he means by that. Is that the key to beat Lee is just sidestep left duck, but 1+2 shuts that down. But to be real with you, dude, if Lee didn't have this, he wouldn't be able to beat anybody. He needs that move. That's literally the only move he has to stop somebody from option selecting him 24/7. Because I'm telling you, everybody against Lee just sidestep lefts and ducks. Yeah, but that's mad silly to say, because everybody got homing moves. So if a person has if a character has tracking problems, the homing move is gonna solve that issue. It's gonna solve that issue. So it's kind of silly, you know. Like, I know it stops a lot of like anti-Lee shit, but like he needs that. If he didn't have that, like you could just option select him all day. And even then, even though he still has this move doesn't do anything on hit. On hit is only +6. Like, you have to go in a hitman, right? So it's like you would literally have to hit somebody 100 times with this shit just to stop somebody from sidestepping and ducking. Nobody's gonna stop sidestepping and ducking just because you hit them on 1+2. If it was like a normal hit launcher or some OD shit, then yeah, but he needs that though. And another thing too with Lee Chaolan, he's always like 1+2. It became a homing move in Tekken 6. So in Tekken 6 it became a homing move. So that's when the move became homing. But yeah, it does stop Lee's counterplay, but doesn't every character in the game have a move to hide his weaknesses if you're good enough with the character? I think everybody in the game has something like that. Like, you know how they say, yo, to beat Kazuya, you just sidestep left, right? Well, Kazuya got while staying 3 and down 4-2 to stop you from stepping, and that other move, back 3 or back 4, whatever the fuck that is. So every character has a specific move that they can do to stop you from fucking sidewalking or some kind of anti-shit to stop you from dealing with their weakness. But yeah, the sidestep duck shit is a huge weakness for Lee. So it does stop. He does know what he's talking about when he says, you know, that stops you from like doing anti-Lee. The issue with it is that it doesn't completely stop people from doing anti-Lee, because people are still gonna sidestep and duck regardless if you hit them with this shit 100 times. And the reason why is because this shit only does fucking, I don't know how much damage this shit does, but it doesn't do enough to stop you from ducking. You have to hit somebody so many times. So, but yeah, Lee's biggest weakness is that he don't really got anything to really stop somebody from guessing completely. And his lows being so punishable, a lot of fighters and players are willing to guess a lot more against Lee. So he has multiple weaknesses, because I know a lot of people recently have been saying that Lee is top tier and broken. Like, a lot of people have been saying that shit, right? But I'm not capping on this. Lee is one of the few characters in Tekken 8 that you could literally beat him with traditional Tekken. What I mean by that is that you can beat Lee by sidestepping him to his weak side and option selecting the fuck out of him. You can't do that to other characters really in the game, because other characters, when they put you in heat, they way too plus to the point that you can't sidewalk them and you just gotta guess all day. Lee doesn't really have scenarios like that where he could just put you in 50-50s all day. Unless he hits you with 4-4-3 on heat and goes into heat, right? If he hits you with 4-4-3 and goes in heat, or any move that goes in a heat engager, he'll get like a running 3-4 and you know, and mix you up with like a chip blow or something like that. But he don't got, like, you know how they're making a defensive patch, right, to upgrade movement? The movement doesn't need to be upgraded against Lee for you to sidestep him and beat him. You could literally play traditional Tekken and still beat Lee. So that's one of the main issues with Lee. Is that you could do traditional Tekken and beat him in a game that you can't really do that to characters. You can't really just sidewalk characters and beat them in this game. You really can't. You just gotta eat 50-50s all day. Lee, you could, because he doesn't have a lot of plus, and his tracking is still butt. So that kind of holds him back. Yeah, when he's plus, you know, you can sidewalk left duck, you can armor move him, you can heat him. So he doesn't really have a lot of situations where he could just force you to just sit there and guess. The only times he ever has that situation is when he does a move and it's a heat engage and he goes into the heat dash. That's the only time he has a situation where it completely forces you to block. Most characters like Ling and fucking and Lily and bullshit like that and what's the other motherfucker, Victor, when they in heat, they force you to block the whole time when they in heat. Lee's gimmick is only that he gets fucking his heat back when he does just frames. Like, he doesn't have anything to like force you to completely guess. Another thing too, if you guess right on Lee, he dead, because his fucking lows are too fucking punishable. Fucking down 3's launch punishable, back 3 is launch punishable, and then slide is launch punishable. So it's just a big risk. That's why a lot of Lee players are getting bodied in tournament, because you can't rush down all day with Lee. And the reason why you can't rush down against Lee all day is because he's weak to the left. A lot of his stuff you can just sidewalk to the left and avoid pressure. So Lee players get scared to constantly pressure because of that, and also because they have on back of their head, if they down 3, back 3 or slide gets blocked, they're gonna get fucking launched. So that's why Lee players get bodied. I noticed that because I seen them play, and they'll start their offense shit, and when this shit starts getting blocked, they start freezing up and start playing like keep out, and then they get blown up. It's hard, man. It's not easy. So I think he's good in this game, but he's not that good. I think for him to be better, they have to give him stuff that'll help him exploit the Tekken 8 system. And what I mean by that, he needs to benefit a lot more when he's in heat. He literally doesn't gain anything when he's in heat besides shit that other characters get. All 4-4-3 in a full combo. Who gives a fuck about that, right? A lot of characters have moves when they're in heat that equals full combos. But that's literally the only thing Lee has, is that he has specific moves he could hit you with that go into full combos. Other than that, he doesn't have anything in heat to really be like, oh shit, Lee is in heat. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's alright in this game. I think he's okay. I think he's mad risky. He's definitely mad risky. He's super fucking risky and super hard to play offensive with. So I'm hoping that the defensive patch might help him out a lot as a character. It might help him out a lot as a character, defensive patch. Because if they buff the movement and shit like that, then it'll be a little bit more fair for Lee. And what I mean by that is that if they make the movement universal, that you can sidewalk everybody now and they lower the plus rings on everybody, that means you can option select everybody and not just Lee. You get what I'm saying?